So basically, I got to work and play in Cobra Kai Season 4. And for those who don't know what Cobra Kai is, it's a mediocre cheesy show on Netflix. Hey there, post-production jabbed here. So it turns out the show has great ratings. So when I say it's a mediocre cheesy show, that's just my opinion. But I mean, maybe I shouldn't talk it down since I worked on it. Kinda shooting myself in the foot there. Before I start this video, I just want to briefly say that due to a contract, I can't say any spoilers for Season 4 of Cobra Kai. This includes things like location, costume, storyline, etc. and etc. This video will be more about my interactions with the actors and actresses. We're all basically best friends now. Not really. I'll also talk about the funny and dramatic moments on set, because there were a lot. And I'll talk about the wonderful and horrible life of being a show background extra. And I'll also include how I got to be in Cobra Kai in the first place.
Hey kid, you wanna be on Cobra Kai?
Really? Also, I'm leaving college for the next year to focus on this channel. I have a lot of faith it'll all work out. And if it doesn't, well, I'll still figure out how to get these videos out to you all one way or another. This story about working on Cobra Kai begins around mid-February of this year, 2021. I was in my apartment on the couch after a long day of work and school playing Cube World, which is basically just a complete ripoff of Minecraft. You may be wondering why I didn't just play Minecraft instead. Well, Cube World is cheaper by like $7, and since I was a self-supporting college kid, I had to make every dollar count. Looking back, I realized I should have just gotten Minecraft since it was definitely worth the extra money, but it's too late. But Cube World got me through 2 semesters at UGA, so it did its job. I miss you, Cube World. So anywho, there I am, mining and crafting away, when BAM! I see a notification from my Gmail about a new email alert. Now, before I share what this email says, you need to know 2 things. 1, I lived an hour away from Atlanta, where Cobra Kai is filmed, and 2, 4 months prior to getting this email, I'd signed up on a website called Casting Tailor Made. Not a sponsor. I wish it was. Please sponsor me. It's a free website for people who want to be extras in shows and movies, and they reach out to you when something is being filmed near you and ask if you can be an extra in it. The first 50 people, or however many they need, who respond get the job. So yeah, those are the 2 things you needed to know. So if you don't see where this is headed, basically what I'm saying is it took no skill at all to get into Cobra Kai or to play in it. I just was at the right place at the right time. I basically just got an email saying, "Do you know play in Cobra Kai?" So anywho, I clicked on the email, and in big bold letters it read, "Do you suffer from an ice cream addiction?" And I was like, maybe. Okay, that's not what it actually said. What it really said was this. Here it is. In as few words as possible, it asked me if I wanted to play on Cobra Kai as a background extra. So naturally, the first thing I did was look up, is Casting Tailor Made a legit site? Since it seemed too good to be true that I actually got an email from the extras website. And the ever so helpful internet said, maybe. So then I did a hop, jump, and a skip. I thought I'd have to wait a while to hear back, but the casting agency was on top of things. Within 15 minutes, I was added into a group chat, and a young woman by the name of Heather had sent a text saying, "Please respond with confirm to confirm your confirmation to be booked for these confirmed dates." And I was like, oh, I confirmed to your confirming text. And if you haven't already guessed it, I was then and there confirmed to play in Cobra Kai as a high school background extra. But later on you'll see how I got promoted to play a much cooler role in the show. So anywho, I was in a state of slight shock at what had just happened. 15 minutes prior, I was just a dude playing Cube World, eating flaming hot Cheetos while trying to reach for my ice cream. And now I was going to be a blur in the background on Cobra Kai. Holy buckets, man. Once it all settled down for me, I ran upstairs and told my 2 roommates, who are also my 2 siblings, that I had just been confirmed to play in Cobra Kai. And to make it even better, it paid $80 an hour. $80 an hour! My brother was like, whoa, I want to be an extra just for the money. How do I sign up? And I was thinking, they don't just pick anyone to be an extra. But that's exactly what they do. And I was like, well, you can sign up here, but I doubt you'll get in just because they probably already picked everyone they need. Plus, you're new to the casting website, so you'll be lower tier, and you need to earn star points to upgrade your account, and you have none. And I have a lot of star points, so I mean, holy cow, I'm in. Wait, what? Yeah, I just got put into a group chat with the people. I got a text from a person named, Heather. Okay, so apparently star points are useless and anyone can just get on Cobra Kai, and I wasn't like special or anything. But at least I'm special to my mom. She always called me her special boy. Then insult to injury, my other sibling, my sister, was like, ooh, I want to sign up, but she actually didn't get picked. And I was like, ha! So not just anyone can get in. It turns out it's because she looked older than what they were looking for. They wanted kids who looked to be about high school age, and I guess it was my baby face that got me the role. But I'm okay with that. My sister didn't really care that much that she wasn't picked. I mean, she's going on to do better things. Like, she's getting her doctorate after just graduating from one of the top public Ivy League schools in the States. So her future is bright. And even though I'm dropping out of college, I know I'll just be fine with my newfound success on YouTube. So anywho, as my brother and I look over the details, we notice that the pay says $80/8 hours. I had read it wrong. It wasn't $80 an hour, it was $80 for 8 hours, which comes out to like $10 an hour. My brother and I stared at each other, back at the screen, and then he looked at me and he was like, yeah, I'm out, have fun. And then even I was like, do I even want to do it? The studio is like over an hour away, and I have to drive through Atlanta traffic. And I was like, I might not even break even on this financially. But then I was like, you know, here's another way to get my foot into the door within the world of film. And film is my passion, so let's do this. I want to be a director one day. A few hours later, I got a message telling me what to wear. And I can share this costume because, I mean, it was just regular clothes. I was asked to play a background high school student. That spoils nothing, right? I mean, the entire show is about high school kids. So, I mean, am I about to get sued? Anywho, they asked me to come in the day before filming to get a rapid COVID test. And if I was positive, then I couldn't be on set. Safety first. So I show up to the place, and the security is like nearly non-existent. I drive through the open gate, and the security guard looks at me. I look back, and he just says, COVID test? And I go, maybe? No, but really, I just went, yeah. And he said, drive to that first trailer on the left. And just like that, I was in the studio compound. Like, whoa, man, I could have been like a robber or something. This is a movie production facility, and you just let anyone in? Yes. Yes, they do. I thought working on the show was like a big deal and all hoity-toity, but I mean, really, it's just like any other job, and the security is nearly non-existent. Everyone there is just there to make money. Except for this one guy, who I'll call Chad for now. We don't like Chad. Just know, not all extras are created equally. But I'll talk about him later on in like a part 2 of this series. So my first day there was definitely my favorite. It went downhill after that. After I passed the security gate, I drove through to the parking lot. I hopped out, went up to the COVID trailer, got tested, and went back home. I must have tested negative because I was asked to show up for filming the very next day. So that next morning, I woke up at like 4 a.m., drove to Atlanta, and was the first extra there. This time, the security guard just waved me in. And no, they didn't recognize me from the day before because it was a different guard altogether. The security was just there for looks, I guess. Once I got in, there were all these titles for each parking spot. And I was like, well, where do I park? So luckily, there was this dude walking by, and I pulled up and asked where I should park. And he said, extras park in the back. The only road that led to the back went straight through some of the show sets, and I felt weird about driving through them, and all these people were just staring at me. I felt like I was doing something wrong and shouldn't be driving that way. Turns out, I was doing something wrong. There was a separate gate for the extras parking in the back, but I had gone right through the outdoor filming area, so that was awkward. Once I got out of the car, I looked around for where the extras were supposed to be. I was like looking for 15 minutes and then finally noticed a giant sign that said extras this way, and I felt a little dumb. I went that way and sat down. Now you see, in the email, it said there'd be no breakfast. But there was breakfast there, for everyone, including us, the extras. But I already ate before, since it said there's gonna be no breakfast. Not cool, email. You scammed me out of a free meal. A free meal. I sat there, staring at this good-looking all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet, watching the other extras stuff their faces, and I was already full from my oatmeal breakfast at home. Then, while I was sitting there, minding my own business, a piece of pancake landed on our table, onto another girl's bag, and it left syrup all over it. Since I was already a little annoyed about the free breakfast, this annoyed me worse, and I turned around and said, hey, who threw that? Because you know, you don't expect anyone to respond, and that way you can seem like the bigger man and say everything you need to and call them out for being immature. But to my surprise, this bigger buff kid looked at me and said, I threw it. And I was like, well, okay. All right, well, good shot. And I promptly turned back around.